Good morning. This is Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Monday. First, I want to thank everybody for writing in letters, wishing us well through the hurricane. It really meant a lot to me. I'm truly grateful and humbled by everything that you guys sent in. It really matters. And I shared them with the folks at the company here in our Florida office. I shared them with everybody too. But everybody really appreciates it. It helps because it makes everybody here want to do better quality work to really serve our customers. It's just the best. It really is. It's our reason for doing this. The other thing I wanted to do is, I know I could have recorded a video yesterday, Friday, but I found myself basically planning for a direct hit or something like that. And my kids were off school. And I'm thinking to myself, gosh, I need to be more present. Stay in the day, be more present. When I was younger, I just rush, and I got to do everything. I had to arm wrestle every single day like it was the last day around. And you get a little bit older and you realize you're not playing with house money. You better enjoy every day you have. So I decided to do that and be present and enjoy my kids. Today, I want to talk about Jamie Dimon. This is the chairman and CEO of JP Chase, largest bank in the country. And this is a serious man. And the great thing about people like him is he's old enough not to bullshit people. And I like that because I feel the same way about myself. You get to a certain age and you realize that I don't have to impress. I'm going to just be me. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to tell you what it is. Like it or not, that's on you. And I'm okay with that. Like me or not, I'm okay with that. It came out, JP Morgan announced earnings for a little bit better than expected on Friday. And he says, this caught my attention, and he's somebody you want to pay attention to because he, again, sits at the largest bank in the middle of the United States, one of the largest banks in the world. So he sees everything before it happens. For example, he sees when consumers are late with credit card payments, when car payments start slowing down, when they're pulling a lot of home equity from their homes. This is the guy who sees all of this before everybody else. And one of the things he said in this call, in his earnings report, in his letter, is that, quote, conditions are treacherous and getting worse. Now, he's talking about geopolitics, which I totally agree with. When you look at the Middle East, that's one thing. But when you look at what's happening around China and around Japan and the struggle they're having right now with China pushing planes over Japanese islands, China doing it with Taiwan. This week, the Taiwanese president made comments that were Beijing perceived as independence pushing and really rattled the saber, basically says, if you think about any more independence, we are coming in there. Beijing put up a warning. And he also talked about the economy. And again, he's like me. He expects higher long-term inflation is here to stay, no matter what happens. We will see higher base rates because basically all these countries are militarizing. When that much money gets actually funneled through bureaucracies, it's more inefficient, which leads to inflation. A lot of countries are putting up trade barriers. And as I've said many times here, the world is entering a new cycle of war. And you could just tell that's happening. And finally, what he said is several critical issues on the U.S. economy remain, of course, including large fiscal deficits. So he's worried about the economy too. He goes into it. He's like me. I am cautiously optimistic, or he says, optimistically pessimistic. And I think that's one of the benefits of being around the block, going around the block over a career. Think about your profession. You've been doing what you've been doing, or you did it before you retired for 20, 30, 40 years. You get to do something for enough decades, and you've just been around the block. You've seen this play before. And I started to feel that way after 2 decades in this business, and now with 3 decades in this business, I really feel that way. And the other thing about investing in the markets is human nature doesn't change. And what happens is a lot of times people begin to engage in magical thinking. They start to fantasize outcomes. And that's why I'm always talking about on this channel, making sure that we are looking at objective facts based on historical measures of value so that we don't get caught up in over euphoria or over pessimism, over negativity. Either of those are allergic. When I've seen the market be overly pessimistic, I've always been a buyer. When I've seen the market be overly optimistic, I've always been a seller. And that's how you want to play this game. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you again for the heartfelt letters and notes that you all sent in. It really mattered to us, and it mattered to me. And thank you for following, for giving us a few minutes of your morning every day. And I am grateful and humbled by the opportunity to be on this journey with you. And I look forward to us having a fun week together. Have a good day. Bye.